Sneetches had bellies with stars. The plain belly Sneetches had none upon theirs. They weren't so big, they were really so small, you would think that such things wouldn't matter at all. But because they had stars, all the StarBellies Sneetches would brag.
We're the best kind of Sneetches on the beaches.
With their snoots in the air, they would sniff and they'd snort.
We'll have nothing to do with the plain belly sort.
And whenever they met someone, they were out walking, they'd hike right on past without even talking. When the StarBelly children went out to play ball, could the plain belly get in the game?
Not at all.
You could only play if your bellies had stars, and the plain belly children had none upon theirs. How do you guys feel about that? Yeah. When the StarBelly Sneetches had Frankfurter roasts, or picnics, or parties, or marshmallow toasts, they never invited the plain belly Sneetches. They left them out cold in the dark of the beaches. They kept them away, never let them come near, and that's how they treated them year after year. Then one day, seems, while the plain belly Sneetches were moping and doping alone on the beaches, just sitting there wishing their bellies had stars, a few strangers zipped up in the strangest of cars.
My friends.
One announced in a voice clear and keen.
My name is Sylvia McMonkey McKean, and these are my friends. McMonkey Irene, McMonkey Marie, McMonkey Eugene. Eugene. We've heard of your troubles, we've heard you're unhappy. But we can fix that, we're the fix-it-up champ. We've come here to help you, we have what you need. And our prices are low, we work at rates. And our prices. And our work is 100% guaranteed.
Then quickly, the McMonkey team put together a very peculiar machine. Sylvia said,
You want stars like a StarBelly Sneetch? Yes!
my friends,
My friends, you can have them for $3. Just pay me your money and hop right the door.
so they clambered inside. Are all my non-stars ready? So they clambered inside. Then the big machine roared. And it clonked, and it bonked, and it burped, and it jerked, and it burped, and it bopped. But the thing really worked. When the plain belly Sneetches popped out, they had stars. Everyone up there, say your line.
Actually, we have stars on.
Then they yelled at the ones who had stars at the start.
Exactly like you.
Can't tell us apart.
I can help.
We're all just the same now. All just the same now.
We're all just the same now.
Jasper, this is you snooty.
You're snooty or smarty?
And now we can go.
Now I can go to your regular parties. Good grief.
You guys want to try that together?
Good grief. Good grief.
Groaned the ones who had stars at first. Stellan and Annabelle, we're still
Still,
the best.
best Sneetches.
And
And they are the worst.
but now, this is Elsa and Finley and Elsa, but now how will we know?
Now, how will we know?
All the StarBellies frowned. Which kind is one or the other way round?
Which kind is what for the other way around?
Then came the McMonkeys with a very sly wink, and they said,
Things are not quite as bad as you think.
so you don't know?
So you don't know who's who? That is perfectly true.
But come,
Come with me, friends.
do you know?
Do you know what we'll do?
We'll make you again.
We'll make you again the best Sneetches.
All will cost you monkeys. What you need.
What you need is a trip to our machine.
This wondrous contraption.
This wondrous contraption will take off your stars. So you won't look like Stitches who have them on Mars.
And that handy machine, working very precisely, removed all the stars from their tummies quite nicely. Then, with their snoots in the air, they paraded about, and they opened their beaks, and they let out a shout.
We know who is who.
Now there is no doubt.
Yeah.
Now there is no doubt.
And there is a man.
That's kind of speeches. Then of course those with stars got all frightfully mad. What does that look like? Frightfully mad. To be wearing a star was now frightfully bad. Then of course old Sylvia McMonkey McBean and her amazingly wonderful McMonkey team. And her amazingly wonderful McMonkey team invited them into her star-off machine. Oh no, we need to go in again, so go. Better go quick, otherwise they're gonna have no stars and you guys are gonna have stars. Oh, there they go. Are all my Sneeches sitting where they're supposed to be sitting?
Yes.
Thank you. Then of course from then on, as you probably guessed, things got really into a horrible mess. All the rest of the day, on those wild screaming beaches, those fix-it-up chappies kept fixing up Sneeches. Now what happens? Off again, on again, in again, out again. Uh-oh, guys, now they have stars. How do you feel about that? What do you have to do? You guys are cool? You guys just want to stay no stars? I think this is a different story. Through the machine, they raced round and about again, changing their stars every minute or two. They kept paying money. Go ahead. They kept running through. Until neither the plane nor the StarBellies knew whether this one was that or that one was who, or which one was what or which one was who. Then when every last cent, is everybody in line for every last cent? Then when every last cent of their money was spent, do you guys have any money left? Nope, sure don't. The fixed-up chappies packed up and they went. And they laughed as they drove in their car up the beach. Sylvia?
They never will learn. No, you can't teach a speech.
But McBean was quite wrong. I'm quite happy to say that those Sneeches got really quite smart on that day. That day they decided that Sneeches are Sneeches, and no kind of Sneech is the best on the beaches. That day, all those Sneeches forgot about stars. Ready? Everybody ready for the last line? And
Whether we have one or not upon us.
oh, we gotta wait for everybody